This is the wall drill. You're going to stand against a wall, but you're not touching the wall. We'll just imagine this is the wall. Alright, when you take the club back, in order to not let it drop too far inside coming down, now ideally the club shaft should not get underneath the yellow line that I drew on your club shaft. That's a pretty good takeaway, but I want it to be even more outside. Your hands are too far behind you. What does that mean? That means your hands are behind your right heel. So part of your drill will be, can I take a backswing without touching the wall? You notice how if you were doing this, you'd hit the wall right there. That club's going to hit the wall. So your hands need to feel like they're moving this way more and not back. Does that make sense? Your swing is just too deep. Your hands are too far behind you. And so what's going to happen here is you're just dropping the club down too far inside. So the club's coming a little too far into out. So instead of getting your hands here, I would like you to have your hands more, what we call more in front of you, where they would just get no deeper than your right heel. So you understand, like if you were against that wall and you took a backswing, you wouldn't want to hit the wall. But that swing's perfect at the top. I mean, it's just a little too deep and a little into out. You got a good swing, man. You're not moving forward here, your hips. That's really good. That is really good. Your hands are really low through the hitting zone. That's another good feature of your swing. The one thing I don't like is this takeaway drift where you shift sideways. But one thing at a time. So just work on getting the hands a little more in front of you. When you first started, you didn't have as much lag in your swing. The club head didn't lag behind as much. So I flattened your swing when you first started. Now I need to get the club a little more out in front of you. So what would be a little more out in front of you? Just when you get the shaft to about parallel to the ground, just think of going more up. Because in a perfect world, we don't want that club to drop too far to the inside. Alright, so there's the takeaway. Notice where his hands are. They're not behind his right heel, are they? So then he can keep the club coming down on a shallower plane. I mean, a slightly steeper plane. You're just coming in a little too shallow. That's it. Alright. Now, can you think about that when you're playing? No. Just open your stance a little bit if you're pushing it to the right, and open your shoulders a little. Drop the left foot back, open the shoulders. That'll automatically get the club where you want. That way you don't have to think about how to do it. On the golf course, you don't want any technical swing thoughts. You just want to swing. You just want to picture the shot, feel the swing. But Koepka, this is how he keeps the club in front of him. He does the same thing. He keeps that. The hands don't get too deep. They stay here. And then that club comes down and doesn't drop underneath. All right.